Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered why learning English feels so difficult even after months or years of study? The truth is that most people are not struggling because they are bad at English. They are struggling because they are using the wrong approach and expecting results too quickly. In today's video, we will uncover the real truth about learning English, the mistakes that keep learners stuck, and the best approach to become fluent with confidence. So stay with me until the end, because this video might completely change the way you learn English forever. Lesson 1. The real reason learning English feels so hard. If you are learning English right now, there's a good chance that at some point you have asked yourself, why is this so difficult? Maybe you have studied English for months or even years. Maybe you have watched videos, learned grammar rules, memorized vocabulary lists, and practiced exercises. Yet when it is time to speak, you still feel nervous. You still forget words. You still make mistakes. You still feel like you are not making enough progress. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know something important. You are not alone. Millions of English learners around the world feel exactly the same way. The truth is that learning English is difficult, but it is probably not difficult for the reasons you think. Most learners believe English feels hard because they are not smart enough. They think they have a bad memory. They think they are too old. They think they lack talent. But in most cases, these are not the real problems. The real reason English feels difficult is because most people have unrealistic expectations. Many learners secretly believe that fluency should happen quickly. They see someone speaking English confidently online and think, I want to sound like that in 3 months. They watch videos with titles like, Become Fluent Fast, Speak English in 30 days, Master English Quickly. As a result, they begin their journey with unrealistic expectations. Then reality arrives. They discover that learning a language takes time. They discover that mistakes are unavoidable. They discover that progress is often slower than they expected. And because their expectations were unrealistic, they become frustrated. Imagine planting a tree. Would you expect it to become huge after 1 week? Of course not. You understand that growth takes time. You water the tree. You take care of it. You remain patient. Language learning works exactly the same way. English fluency grows gradually, word by word, sentence by sentence, conversation by conversation. The problem is that many learners focus too much on the destination and not enough on the journey. They constantly ask, when will I become fluent? When will I stop making mistakes? When will speaking become easy? Instead of focusing on those questions, ask yourself, am I improving? Am I practicing? Am I learning something new today? Because improvement is what eventually creates fluency. Another reason English feels difficult is because learners often compare themselves to people who are much further ahead. Imagine a beginner learning to play the piano. Now imagine that beginner comparing themselves to a professional musician who has practiced for 20 years. Would that comparison be fair? Not at all. Yet English learners do this every day. They compare their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. They compare their first year of learning to someone else's 10th year. And then they feel discouraged. Remember this. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once struggled to form simple sentences. Every person you admire once made countless mistakes. The difference is that they kept going. There is another truth that many learners do not realize. Learning English is not just about learning information. It is about building a skill. Think about riding a bicycle. You cannot learn to ride a bicycle by reading a book. You cannot become a good swimmer by watching videos. You cannot become a great football player by memorizing rules. You must practice. You must struggle. You must make mistakes. English works exactly the same way. Many learners spend years collecting information. They collect grammar rules. They collect vocabulary lists. They collect learning methods. But they do not spend enough time using English. As a result, they know a lot about English but cannot use English comfortably. This creates frustration. The truth is that struggle is part of the learning process. Struggle does not mean you are failing. Struggle often means you are growing. When your brain feels challenged, it is adapting. When speaking feels uncomfortable, you are developing a new skill. When you make mistakes, you are learning. Many people quit because they misunderstand struggle. They think struggle is evidence that they cannot learn English. In reality, struggle is evidence that learning is happening. Think about going to the gym. When you exercise, your muscles feel tired. Sometimes they even feel sore. You do not see this as failure. You understand that your muscles are becoming stronger. The same thing happens when learning English. Your brain is doing difficult work. It is creating new connections. It is building new habits. It is learning a new way of communicating. That process naturally feels challenging. So the next time English feels difficult, remember this. Difficulty does not mean you are incapable. Difficulty does not mean you should quit. Difficulty does not mean you are too old or not talented enough. Difficulty simply means you are learning. The people who become fluent are not the people who never struggle. They are the people who continue despite the struggle. They accept that progress takes time. They accept that mistakes are normal. They accept that fluency is built slowly. And because they keep moving forward, they eventually achieve what once seemed impossible. So if English feels hard right now, do not be discouraged. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are simply experiencing the same journey that every fluent English speaker has experienced. Keep learning. Keep practicing. Keep showing up. Because fluency is not created by talent. Fluency is created by consistent effort over time. And every day you continue is one step closer to becoming the English speaker you want to be. Lesson 2. Stop looking for the perfect method. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is spending more time searching for the perfect method than actually learning English. Many learners believe that somewhere out there is a magical technique that'll suddenly make everything easy. They think, maybe I need a different course. Maybe I need a different teacher. Maybe I need a different app. Maybe I need a different book. Maybe I need a different method. As a result, they jump from one method to another. One week they are learning through grammar. The next week they are trying a new speaking method. A few days later they discover another technique on the internet. Then they switch again. Months pass, sometimes even years pass. Yet their English barely improves. Why? Because consistency is more important than the method. Imagine a person who wants to get fit. On Monday, they follow one workout plan. On Wednesday, they switch to another. On Friday, they try something completely different. The next week, they start another program. Would they make much progress? Probably not. The problem is not the workout plan. The problem is the lack of consistency. English learning works exactly the same way. Most methods can work if you stay with them long enough. The real issue is that many learners quit before the method has enough time to produce results. We live in a world that loves quick results. People want everything immediately. Fast food, fast internet, fast delivery. And unfortunately, many people want fast fluency too. But language learning does not work like that. There are no shortcuts to experience. There are no shortcuts to practice. There are no shortcuts to fluency. Every fluent speaker has spent hundreds or thousands of hours listening, reading, speaking, and thinking in English. The process may not be exciting every day. Sometimes it feels repetitive. Sometimes it feels slow. But repetition is exactly what builds fluency. Think about a child learning their first language. Children hear the same words thousands of times, the same phrases, the same sentence patterns, again and again. This repetition helps the language become natural. Yet many adult learners get bored with repetition. They constantly search for something new, something exciting, something different. But often, the thing they need most is not a new method. It is more repetition. The truth is that successful learners usually have very simple routines. They listen regularly. They read regularly. They speak regularly. They continue doing these things for months and years. Nothing magical, nothing complicated, just consistent effort. Imagine two learners. The first learner spends 6 months searching for the perfect method. They watch countless videos about learning English. They read articles. They compare techniques. They analyze
Grandpa
every
Otto, the
possible
museum
approach.
guard, ran to Mia quickly.
The second
Mia,
learner
are you all
chooses
right? You
one
shouldn't wander
simple
off.
routine.
I'm okay, Grandpa Otto. I
They
was just
listen to
looking.
English
It's not
every
safe
day.
alone. Stay with
They
me.
read every day. They practice speaking every day.
Nowd.
6
crown
months later,
disappeared
who is likely
last
to be
night.
closer to fluency?
I don't know how.
The second learner.
Mia
Not because they
smiled
found a better
bravely and
method,
said,
but
"Don't
because
worry.
they spent more
I
time
will
practicing.
find it."
Many learners
Don't worry.
confuse preparation
I will
with progress.
Find it.
They spend hours organizing
Mia
study
and
plans.
Biscuit
They create
started to
beautiful
look for
schedules.
clues.
They buy books. They collect resources. But preparation is not progress. Only practice creates progress. You do not become fluent by planning to learn English. You become fluent by using English. Another problem with constantly changing methods is that it creates doubt. Every time you switch methods, you send your brain
Somewhere
a
in the
message.
museum, the
Maybe
shadow
what I was
thief
doing wasn't
hiding.
good enough. This creates uncertainty. And uncertainty often leads to inconsistency. Instead, choose a simple approach and trust it. For example, listen every day. Read every day. Learn useful vocabulary. Think in English. Speak whenever possible. Then repeat this process consistently. Will it feel exciting every day? Probably not. Will it work?
Behind
Absolutely.
the painting was a
Because
secret
fluency is
door.
not built through excitement.
Mia could not
Fluency
believe
is built through consistency. Many people underestimate the power of small daily
door.
actions. They want dramatic results. But dramatic results usually come from ordinary actions repeated for a long time. A few pages read every day. A few minutes of listening every day. A few conversations every day. These small
They all
efforts may
stood in
seem
front of the
insignificant,
secret door
but over
together.
time they become powerful. One day you suddenly realize you understand more. You speak more easily. You remember more vocabulary. You feel more confident. This is how fluency develops. Not through one perfect method, but through thousands of small moments of practice. So stop asking, what is the perfect method? Start asking,
And there was the
what
shadow
method
thief,
can I stay
sitting right
consistent
there.
with? Because the best method is not the most popular one. It is not the newest one. It is not the most complicated one. The best method is the one you will actually use every day. Remember, consistency beats perfection. Action beats planning. Practice beats theory. The learners who become fluent are not usually the ones with the best method. They are the ones who refuse to quit. So choose a simple system. Trust the process. Stay consistent. And let time do its work. Because fluency is not found in a secret method. Fluency is built through daily effort, patience, and persistence. Lesson 3. English is a skill, not a school subject. One of the biggest truths about learning English is this. English is a skill, not a school subject. This simple idea can completely change the way you learn. Many learners spend years studying English in school. They memorize grammar rules. They complete exercises. They take tests. They get scores. But after all those years, many still struggle to speak confidently. Why does this happen? Because they learned English as a subject to pass exams, not as a skill to communicate. Think about learning to drive a car. Could you become a good driver by reading a driving manual for 5 years? Of course not. You could memorize every rule in the book and still be unable to drive. Why? Because driving is a skill. Skills must be practiced. The same thing is true for English.
The next morning,
you can know hundreds of grammar rules.
Mystery envelope on her
You can
desk.
memorize thousands of vocabulary words. You can watch endless videos about English learning. But if you rarely use English, your progress will remain limited. Imagine a football player. The player does not become great by reading about football. The player becomes great by practicing, running, passing, shooting, playing matches,
walked through the
making
seaside
mistakes,
town toward the
improving,
lighthouse.
again and again. English works exactly the same way. The problem is that many learners spend most of their time studying English and very little time using English. They know what the past tense is. They know what the present perfect is. They know grammar terminology. But when someone asks them a simple question, they become nervous and silent. That happens because knowledge and skill are different things. Knowledge is knowing something. Skill is being able to do something. You may know how swimming works, but until you get into the water, you cannot swim. You may know English grammar, but until you start speaking, listening, reading, and writing regularly, you cannot become fluent. This is why practice is so important. Many learners wait until they feel ready before they start speaking. They think, I'll speak when my grammar is perfect. I'll speak when I know more vocabulary. I'll speak when I feel confident. The problem is that confidence usually comes after practice, not before it. The more you practice, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the easier speaking feels. Think about a child learning their first language. Children do not spend years studying grammar books. They listen, they imitate, they experiment, they make mistakes, they communicate, and slowly they become fluent. As adults, we sometimes make language learning more complicated than it needs to be. We focus too much on knowing English and not enough on using English. Real improvement happens when English becomes part of your daily life. Use English while walking. Use English while cooking. Use English while exercising. Use English while thinking. Use English while describing your day. The goal is not to create a perfect English environment. The goal is to create regular contact with English. Every time you use English, you strengthen the skill. Every sentence you speak is practice. Every paragraph you read is practice. Every podcast you listen to is practice. Every journal entry you write is practice. These small moments matter more than many learners realize. Another important truth is that skills improve through repetition.
Grandpa
When you
Otto
first
sat
ride a
with them and
bicycle,
smiled.
it feels difficult.
He was very
You wobble,
proud.
you lose balance, you make mistakes. But after enough practice, riding becomes automatic. You no longer think about every movement. The same thing happens with English. At first, speaking feels slow. You search for words. You translate in your head. You hesitate. But after enough practice, common words and phrases
The
become
next day,
automatic.
the shadow thief came back.
You stop thinking
He
about
had a
every
gift.
grammar rule. You simply communicate. That is what fluency really is. Fluency is not perfect English. Fluency is the ability to communicate smoothly and naturally. Many learners chase
They all
perfection,
stood together.
but
New
perfection
friends,
often slows
one happy
progress.
group.
A person who speaks imperfect English every day will improve much faster than someone who waits silently for
The
perfect
museum
English.
made a painting
Action
to
creates
remember
skill.
their great
Practice
adventure.
creates fluency. Experience creates confidence.
Even Biscuit was in the
This is why
painting.
your focus should not
He
be
was
on
so
becoming
very
perfect.
proud.
Your focus should be on becoming better. A little better every day. One more
That
conversation.
evening,
One
Mia
more
wrote
page.
everything she
One
learned
more
in her
listening session.
notebook.
One more attempt. These small efforts build real skill. So remember this lesson. English is not a subject to memorize. English is a skill to practice. Treat it like a skill. Use it. Practice it. Live with it.
Mia said,
Make mistakes with
learning
it.
English is an adventure
Grow
too.
with it. Because the
Don't
people who
stop.
become fluent are not necessarily the people who
Leo
know the
joined
most about
Mia.
English.
Together they
They are the
reviewed
people
all
who
the
use
words
English
they
the
knew.
most. And every day you choose to use English, you are becoming a stronger, more
These are the
confident, and
words
more
from today's
fluent English
adventure.
speaker. Lesson 4.
Do you remember them?
The best approach. Input before output. If there is one
Great work
mistake
today.
that slows down many English learners, it is trying to
You are
speak
learning
before giving their
English
brain enough English
every
input.
day.
Many people focus only
Grandpa
on
Otto
output.
waved
They
goodbye
want to
from the
speak.
museum door.
They want to have conversations. They want to sound fluent immediately. But they forget something important. Before your mouth can produce English, your brain must first absorb English.
As the sun went
This is
down,
why one of the best approaches to learning English is
they said
input
goodnight.
before output. What does that mean? It
Tomorrow
means
would
spending
bring a
time
new
listening to
adventure.
English and reading English before
end.
worrying too much
Thank
about
you
speaking
for watching
perfectly.
and learning with Mia.
Think about how children learn their first language. For months and even years, children receive enormous amounts of input. They listen to their parents. They listen to family members. They listen to conversations around them. Every day, their brains collect language. Only later do they begin speaking. The same principle can help English learners. Your brain needs examples. Your brain needs patterns. Your brain needs exposure. The more English you hear and read, the more material your brain has to work with when it is time to speak. Imagine trying to cook a meal without ingredients.
Grandpa Otto, the museum
No
guard,
matter how
ran to
skilled
Mia
you
quickly.
are, you
Mia,
cannot
are you
cook
all right?
without
You shouldn't wander
ingredients.
off.
I'm okay, Grandpa Otto. I was just
Vocabulary,
looking.
It's not
sentence
safe
patterns,
alone.
and
Stay with me.
expressions are the ingredients of speaking. Input gives you those
Now,
ingredients.
The crown
Without enough
disappeared
input,
last
speaking
night.
becomes very difficult.
I don't know how.
Many learners say,
Mia
I
smiled
know
bravely
grammar,
and
but
said,
I can't
"Don't worry,
speak.
I will
Often
find it."
the reason is simple.
Don't worry.
They
I
spent
will
years
find
studying
it.
rules, but very little time listening and
Mia
reading.
and Biscuit
As a
started to
result,
look for
their
clues.
brains understand English academically, but do not feel comfortable with real English. This is where listening becomes extremely important. Listening trains your ears. It helps you become familiar with pronunciation. It helps you understand rhythm and natural speech patterns. It teaches you how words connect together in real
Somewhere in the
conversations.
museum,
At
the
first,
shadow thief
listening may
was
feel
hiding.
difficult. You may understand only a few words. That is completely normal. Every fluent speaker experiences this stage.
He saw
The key
Mia
is to
coming
keep
and
listening.
became
You do not need to understand every word. You simply need to expose your brain to English consistently.
Biscuit pulled Mia to a big
Think about
painting.
listening like exercising.
Something was
One
wrong.
workout does not transform your body, but
Behind
repeated
the painting
workouts
was a
create
secret
strength.
door.
Similarly,
Mia could not
repeated
believe it.
listening creates understanding. Every minute of listening strengthens your English
door.
brain. Reading is equally important. Reading introduces you to vocabulary, sentence structures, and ideas. It helps you see how English is actually used.
Grandpa Otto
Every
came
article,
running as
story,
fast as he
conversation, or book becomes a lesson.
could. They
The
all
beautiful
stood in
thing
front
about
of the
reading
secret
is that you
door
can learn
together.
naturally. Instead of memorizing vocabulary lists, you encounter words in context. You see how words
Grandpa
work
Otto
together.
slowly
This
opened
makes
the
learning
door.
easier and more
It
memorable.
was very bright
Imagine learning the
inside.
word opportunity. Instead of memorizing a definition, you read,
Inside was a
"This
small
job is a
room
great
full of
opportunity."
beautiful
Suddenly,
stolen
the word
things.
has meaning.
And there was the
Context
shadow
helps your
thief,
brain remember.
sitting right there.
This is one reason why reading is such a powerful learning tool. Now let's talk about balance. Input before output does not mean avoiding speaking completely. Some learners misunderstand this idea. They spend years listening and reading, but
The
never
shadow
practice
thief
speaking.
removed his mask.
That is also a mistake.
He looked very
Speaking
sorry.
remains important. The goal
I was
is not
hungry
to
and had
replace
no money.
speaking. The goal is to
I'm
support
very
speaking
sorry.
with strong input. Think of it this way. Input fills the tank. Output uses what is inside the tank. If the tank is empty, speaking becomes difficult.
We can help you.
If the tank is full, speaking becomes easier. This is why learners who listen and read consistently often notice something surprising.
Ask for
One
help.
day, words start appearing
Mia carried
naturally.
the golden crown carefully
Expressions
back
come to
its
mind
place.
automatically. Sentences feel easier to create. That happens because the brain has absorbed enough input.
Back.
The language starts becoming
Everyone in the
familiar.
museum clapped
Another
and
benefit of
cheered.
input is confidence. Many learners feel nervous because
The museum
English feels
director gave Mia
unfamiliar.
a special medal.
The more you listen
She
and
was
read,
a
the more
hero.
familiar English becomes. Familiarity reduces fear.
Everyone
The language
celebrated
begins
at
to
the
feel
museum.
natural instead of
What a
foreign.
wonderful day.
Imagine hearing the same phrase hundreds of times. How are you doing? What do you mean? That
Mia
sounds
held
great.
her medal high.
I'll see you tomorrow. Eventually,
She felt
these phrases
so
become
proud and
automatic.
happy.
You no longer need to think
That
about
evening,
them.
Mia went home knowing
This is
she
the
had
power
done
of repeated
something
input.
great.
Many learners are looking for secret techniques. But often, the biggest secret is
next
simply
morning,
increasing the
Mia
amount of
found a
English they
mystery
receive
envelope
every
on her
day.
desk.
Listen more. Read more. Expose yourself to more English. Trust the process. Every sentence you
She
hear
opened it
helps.
and read.
Every page you read helps.
Come to
Every
the old
conversation you
lighthouse.
listen to helps.
Come alone.
Even when progress feels invisible, your
Mia
brain
looked at
is
the
learning.
lighthouse, far
So make
away.
input a daily habit. Listen while
She
walking.
was not
Listen
afraid.
while exercising.
Mia
Read
and
during your
Biscuit
free
walked
time.
through the seaside
Read
town
things that
toward
interest
the
you.
lighthouse.
Fill your day with English. Then gradually begin using what you learn through speaking and writing.
The
Remember,
lighthouse door was open.
input comes before strong output.
Someone was inside.
The brain must receive language before it can produce language. The more English you feed your mind,
Inside,
the more English your
Grandpa
mind
Otto
can
was
give
already
back.
there. He
And
was
over
smiling.
time,
A
this
boy named
simple
Leo was
approach
sitting
can
in the
transform
lighthouse.
your
He
fluency,
looked worried.
confidence, and ability to communicate naturally. Lesson 5. The secret most learners ignore. Speak before you feel
Found
ready.
this map.
One of the biggest secrets about learning English is also one of the most uncomfortable truths. You must start speaking
They all
before you
looked at
feel
the map
ready.
together.
Most learners believe the
Where
opposite.
did the
They
F
think,
lead?
I need more vocabulary first. I need better
They
grammar
followed the map
first.
together
I need
along
better
the harbor.
pronunciation first. I need more confidence first. Then I will start speaking. The problem is that this day rarely comes. Because the more you
On the
learn,
map
the more
pointed
you
to a big
realize
old
there is
anchor by
still
the
more
harbor.
to learn. There will
Mia
always
dug
be
near the
new
anchor.
vocabulary.
Was there something
There will
buried
always be
there?
grammar rules you do not fully understand. There will always be areas where you can improve. If
She
you
found
wait
a
until
wooden
you feel
chest.
completely ready,
Everyone
you
leaned
may
in to
wait
look.
forever. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Imagine someone who spends years reading books about
Inside
bicycles.
was a beautiful
They watch
blue
videos.
necklace that
They learn
sparkled
every
like the
rule.
sea.
They study balance. They understand how bicycles work. But they never
Leo held
actually
it up.
get on a
The
bicycle.
blue light touched
Would they
everyone's
become a good
faces.
cyclist? Of course not.
They walked back
At some
to the
point, they
museum
must
to return
ride.
the necklace.
They must wobble. They must make mistakes. They must feel uncomfortable. And through that experience, they gradually improve. Speaking English works exactly the same way. You cannot become a confident speaker by preparing
Mia
forever.
and Leo sat outside together.
Confidence comes through
They were now
speaking,
good friends.
not before speaking. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings in language learning.
Leo said,
Many learners think confidence creates action. In reality,
scared to learn.
action often creates confidence. The more you speak,
Mia said,
the more comfortable you become. The more comfortable you become, the more confident you feel. Imagine two
Grandpa
learners.
Otto sat with them
The
and
first
smiled.
learner studies English for
He was
3
very
years but
proud.
rarely speaks. The second learner studies for the same amount of time but speaks regularly, even when making mistakes.
Always be
Who
brave.
will likely become a stronger
Always be
speaker?
kind.
The second learner.
Never give up.
Not because they know more English, but because they have practiced using English.
Brave,
Speaking is a skill, and skills improve
sat
through
together
use.
and laughed.
Many learners
next
are
day,
afraid
the
of
shadow
making
thief came back.
mistakes.
He
This
had a
fear
gift.
keeps them silent. They worry. What if I say something wrong? What if people laugh? What if my grammar is
Inside was a
bad?
small clay crown that he made
What if
for
my
Mia.
pronunciation is not perfect?
They all
These
stood
fears
together.
are normal.
New friends.
Every
One
learner
happy
experiences
group.
them. But remember this: mistakes are not evidence of failure. Mistakes are evidence of
The
participation.
museum made a painting
A person who
to
never makes
remember
mistakes
their
is usually a
great
person who
adventure.
never tries. Every mistake
Even
teaches
Biscuit
something.
was in the painting.
Every mistake
so
reveals an
very
area for
proud.
improvement. Every mistake moves you one step closer to fluency. Think
That
about a
evening,
child learning
Mia
their first
wrote everything
language.
she learned in her
Children
notebook.
make countless mistakes. They mispronounce words. They use incorrect grammar. They say funny things. But nobody expects perfection.
She
And
learned
because they are
so
willing to
many new
communicate
English words
despite
during her
mistakes,
adventure.
they improve rapidly. Adult
said,
learners often place too
Learning
much pressure on
English is an
themselves.
adventure too.
They expect perfection too
Don't
soon.
stop.
This creates fear,
Leo
and
joined
fear
Mia.
creates silence.
Together they reviewed
The
all
solution
the
is
words
simple.
they knew.
Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Your goal is communication, not perfection.
These are the words
If
from
people
today's
understand your
adventure.
message, you are
Do you
succeeding.
remember them?
Fluency grows from communication, not from perfect grammar, not from perfect
Great
pronunciation,
work today.
not from perfect vocabulary.
You are learning
Communication
English
comes first.
every day.
Improvement follows.
Grandpa
One of the
Otto
best
waved
habits you can
goodbye
develop
from the
is
museum
speaking
door.
English every day, even if only for a few minutes. Talk about your day. Describe your plans. Explain what you see around you. Speak
Mia
to
and
yourself
Leo
if
walked
necessary.
home together as
The
sun
important
went
thing
down.
is using the language. At first, speaking may
They
feel
said
slow.
goodnight.
You may pause frequently. You may forget words.
Tomorrow would
You may
bring a new
translate in your head.
adventure.
This is normal.
The end.
Every fluent
Thank you for
speaker
watching and
experienced these
learning
challenges.
With Mia.
The difference is that they continued speaking anyway. Over time, something interesting happens. Your brain becomes faster. Common words become easier to access. Sentence patterns become familiar. You stop translating as much. Speaking begins to feel more natural. This transformation only happens through practice. No amount of preparation can replace experience. Another important truth is that speaking reveals what you actually know. Many learners believe they know a word until they try using it. Many learners believe they understand grammar until they try applying it in conversation.
Grandpa Otto, the museum
Speaking
guard, ran to
exposes
Mia quickly.
weaknesses.
Mia, are
And
you
that
all
is a
right? You
good
shouldn't
thing.
wander off.
I'm okay,
Because
Grandpa
once you
Otto. I
identify
was just
weaknesses,
It's not
you
safe
know
alone.
what to improve.
Stay with me.
Silence hides weaknesses. Speaking reveals
Now,
them.
The crown
And revealed
disappeared
weaknesses
last
can
night.
be fixed.
I don't know how.
That is why speaking is such a
Mia
powerful
smiled
teacher.
bravely and said, "Don't
Every
worry.
conversation
I will
becomes
find it."
feedback.
Don't worry.
Every
I
attempt
will
becomes a
find
lesson.
it.
Every
Mia
mistake
and
becomes an
Biscuit
opportunity.
started to look
So
for
stop
clues.
waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting until you feel completely ready. Start speaking now. Speak with the English you already have. Use simple sentences. Use simple words. Focus on expressing ideas. Trust that your skills will grow with practice. Remember, fluent speakers were not born fluent. They became fluent by speaking before they felt ready.
Somewhere in the museum,
They made mistakes.
the shadow thief
They felt
was
nervous.
hiding.
They struggled. But they kept going. And because they kept going, they improved. You can do the same. Every sentence you speak is progress.
And became
Every conversation is practice.
very scared.
Every day of speaking brings you closer to fluency. So open your mouth, use your English,
Pulled Mia
accept
to
the
a big
mistakes,
painting.
learn from them, and keep
Something was
speaking.
wrong.
Because fluency is waiting on the other side
Behind
of
the
action.
painting was a
Lesson
secret
6.
door.
The
Mia
long-term
could not
mindset
believe
for
it.
fluency. If there is one lesson that can completely change your English
secret
learning
door.
journey, it is this. Fluency is a long-term project. Many learners start learning English with excitement and motivation. They watch videos, learn new words,
Grandpa Otto
practice
came
speaking,
running
and
as
feel
fast as he
inspired.
could.
But after a few weeks or months,
They
reality
all stood in
appears.
front of the secret
Progress
door
feels
together.
slower than expected. Mistakes continue happening. Fluency still seems far away. At this point, many learners
Grandpa
become
Otto
frustrated.
slowly opened the
Some
door.
quit completely.
It was
Others start
very
searching for a
bright
new
inside.
method. Some begin doubting themselves. But the learners who eventually become
Inside was a
fluent
small
understand something
room
important.
full of beautiful
Fluency is
stolen
not a
things.
sprint. It is a
And
marathon.
there was the shadow thief.
Imagine two
sitting
people
right
planting
there.
trees. The first person plants a seed and checks it every day. After 1 week, they become disappointed because the tree is still small. After a month, they become impatient. Eventually, they stop taking care of it. The second person understands that trees
The
need
shadow
time.
thief removed
They
his
continue
mask.
watering it. They continue caring for
He
it.
looked
They
very
remain patient.
sorry.
Years later, they have
I
a
was
strong
hungry
and
and
healthy
had no
tree.
money.
English
I'm
works
very
exactly the same way. Many learners focus too much on daily results. They ask, why am I not fluent yet?
Feeling is wrong,
Why am I still making mistakes? Why is this taking so long?
but we can help you.
But language learning is not measured in days. It is measured in months and years of consistent effort. One of the biggest mistakes learners make is comparing themselves to
Mia
others.
carried the golden crown
They see
carefully
someone
back
speaking
to its
English
place.
confidently on YouTube. They see a person speaking fluently online. And they think, why am I not at that level?
Everyone in the museum.
What they often do not
and
see is the
cheered.
years of practice behind that fluency. They see the result. They do not see the journey. Comparison steals motivation because it focuses your attention on someone else's progress instead of your
Everyone
own.
celebrated at the
Instead of
museum.
asking,
What a
am I as
wonderful
good as
day.
them? Ask, am I better than I was 6 months ago? That is the comparison that matters. Because your real competition is not another learner.
So proud and
Your
happy.
real competition is the person you were
That
yesterday.
evening, Mia went home
Every
knowing
new
she had
word you
done
learn is
something
progress. Every page you read is progress. Every conversation you have is
The
progress.
next morning, Mia found
Even
a
if the
mystery
progress
envelope
feels
on her
small.
desk.
Many learners underestimate the power of small improvements. Imagine improving just 1% every day.
She opened it. and
1% seems insignificant,
Come to
Most
the
people
old
would ignore it.
lighthouse. Come
but after
alone.
months and years, those small improvements
Mia
create
looked at the
extraordinary
lighthouse
results.
Far away.
This is how fluency is built,
She was
not through
afraid.
giant breakthroughs, not
Mia
through
and Biscuit
magical
walked through the
methods,
seaside town
but through
toward
thousands
the
of small
lighthouse.
improvements accumulated over time. Another important mindset shift is understanding that mistakes never completely
The
disappear.
lighthouse door was open.
Even advanced speakers make mistakes.
Someone was inside.
Even native speakers make mistakes. The goal is not perfection. The goal is communication.
Inside, Grandpa Otto was
Many
already
learners
there.
believe that fluent speakers never
Smiling.
hesitate,
A boy named
never
Leo
forget
was sitting in the
words.
lighthouse.
never make
Look
grammar
worried.
errors. That is not true. Fluent speakers simply continue communicating despite imperfections. They focus on expressing ideas rather than speaking perfectly. This mindset reduces pressure and makes learning more enjoyable. You do not need perfect English to have meaningful conversations.
Where did the X lead?
You do not need perfect pronunciation to be understood.
They
You do not
followed
need
the map
perfect
together
grammar to communicate
along the
successfully.
harbor.
Perfection is not the requirement. Communication is the requirement. Another truth about fluency is that motivation comes and goes.
The X on the
Some
map
days you will
pointed to a
feel
big old
excited.
anchor by the
Some
harbor.
days you will not. Some
Mia
days
felt
learning
near the
English will feel
anchor.
easy.
Was there something
Some days
buried
it will feel
there?
difficult. This is normal. Do not build your learning journey around motivation. Build it around
She
habits.
found a wooden chest.
Motivation is temporary.
Everyone leaned in to look.
Habits are reliable. A person who studies only when they feel motivated will make inconsistent progress.
Inside was
A
a
person who
beautiful
studies
blue
because it is
necklace
part of
that
their routine
sparkled like
will
the
continue
sea.
improving regardless of how they feel. That is why daily habits are so powerful.
Leo held it up.
A little listening
The
every
blue
day.
light touched
A
everyone's
little reading
faces.
every day. A little
They walked
speaking
back to the
every
museum
day.
to return the
A
necklace.
little thinking in English every day. These habits create fluency over time. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not brush your teeth once for 5 hours and expect them to stay clean forever.
It belonged to a
You
queen.
do it every
Mia and
day.
Leo sat outside
English
together.
works the same
They were
way.
now good
Consistent practice keeps your skills growing. There will be times when progress feels invisible.
friends. Leo said,
You may feel stuck.
Thank you for helping
You
me.
may feel like nothing is changing.
I was too scared alone.
During those moments, trust the process. Many of the most important changes
That's
happen
what
beneath the
friends are
surface.
together.
Your brain is building
That's what
connections.
friends are. We are
Your
stronger
understanding is growing.
Grandpa
Your
Otto sat
confidence
with
is
them and
developing,
smiled.
even
He
when
was
you
very
cannot
proud.
see immediate results. The learners who become fluent are not always the smartest.
He
They are
said,
not always the most talented.
Always be brave.
They are often the most
Always
persistent.
be kind.
They keep going when progress feels slow. They keep practicing when motivation disappears. They keep
Brave,
believing when
kind.
doubt appears. And
They
eventually,
said together
their
and laughed.
consistency produces
The
results.
next day, the shadow thief
So as
came
you
back.
continue your English
He had a
journey,
gift.
remember these truths. Fluency takes time. Comparison is unnecessary. Small improvements matter. Mistakes are normal. Habits are more important
Inside
than
was a
motivation.
small clay crown
Consistency
made for me
beats
by hand.
intensity. Trust the
They all
process.
stood together.
Keep learning.
New friends.
Keep speaking.
One happy
Keep
group.
listening. Keep reading. And most importantly, keep going. Because one day, the English that
The
feels
museum
difficult today
made a
will feel
painting
natural.
to remember
One
their
day,
great
the
adventure.
conversations that seem impossible today will become easy.
Even Biscuit was in the painting.
One day,
He
you will
was
look
so
back and
very
realize how
proud.
far you have come. And that day will arrive not because of talent, luck, or a secret
That
method.
evening, Mia wrote
It will arrive
everything
because
she
you
learned in her
refuse to
notebook.
quit. That is the real secret to English fluency. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Remember, learning English is not about being
She learned
perfect.
so
It is about
many new
making
English
progress
words during
every
her
single
adventure.
day. Stop looking for shortcuts.
Mia said,
Stop comparing yourself
"Learning
to other
English
learners.
is an adventure
Stop
too.
worrying about mistakes.
Don't stop.
Instead, Focus on listening,
Leo joined
reading,
Mia.
speaking, and
Together
practicing
they reviewed
consistently.
all the words they knew.
Some days will be difficult. Some days will feel slow. But every minute you spend with English is moving you closer to fluency.
Adventure.
Trust the process.
remember them?
Stay patient. Keep showing up. And never forget that every fluent English
Great
speaker
work
was
today.
once a beginner who refused to quit.
You are
If you
learning
found this
English
video helpful,
every day.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe
Grandpa
for
Otto
more
waved
powerful
goodbye
English
to
learning
the museum
lessons.
door.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Your English fluency is not a dream. It is a result of the habits you
Mia and
build
Leo
every
walked home
day.
together as the sun
See
went
you in the
down.
next video.